When people encounter difficult questions about the universe and everything inside of it, they often rely on scientists to find the answers. People such as Isaac Newton, Galileo, Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, and many others have solved some of science's greatest mysteries. However, even in today's world, where scientists across the entire planet work together to solve the universe's remaining mysteries, there are still questions that even the brightest minds have failed to solve. Today, I have a list of 8 questions that science still cannot answer. Before I begin, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to help me grow my channel. Is reality even real? While this question sounds like it comes straight from the Matrix, it is actually a serious topic of debate in the scientific community, and so far, scientists have not been able to provide an answer to this question. 2 well-known supporters of the simulation theory are Elon Musk and Neil deGrasse Tyson. Musk has previously announced in an interview that he believes we are, quote, most likely living in a simulation, and Tyson has agreed, giving, quote, better than 50-50 odds that we reside within a simulation. The most prevalent theory for who would have created the simulation is aliens. This theory began in 2003 when Nick Bostrom, a philosopher at Oxford, released a paper theorizing that if there are other long-lived technologically advanced civilizations in the universe, we are almost certainly living in a computer simulation. Well, now that you know that there is a chance we are living in a simulation created by aliens, you're probably wondering what the odds are of there actually being intelligent life somewhere else in the universe. From a purely statistical standpoint, it is almost certain that there are other intelligent civilizations in the universe. This is because roughly 1 in 5 stars similar to our Sun have an Earth-like planet orbiting them. In our galaxy, the Milky Way, there are roughly 40 billion of these Earth-like planets. Scientists do not know how many galaxies exist in the universe, but they estimate there are at least several 100 billion to a couple trillion other galaxies out there. With that many opportunities for extraterrestrial life to form, the probability that Earth is the only planet with intelligent life is basically 0. However, scientists have yet to discover anybody else out there, but NASA estimates that they may find evidence within the next 2 decades as telescope technology improves. Time travel is a consistent topic within science fiction movies, but is it possible that it could be more than fiction? I think almost everybody has wondered what it would be like to go back in time and change something, or to flash forward to the future and see how much things have changed. It turns out this may actually be possible, just not yet. One possibility that scientists are investigating is using wormholes, which, in theory, could transport you to an entire different part of the universe, and a different time. Another theory is that by traveling at or above the speed of light, you could kind of go back in time because everything else around you would slow down. One more theory is that we could manipulate cosmic strings to navigate our way through time. These strings have so much mass that they actually cause the space-time around them to fluctuate. While these are all interesting theories, none of them are even close to being able to be tested at any time in the close future. Too bad we don't have a time machine to see if they actually end up working. I am sure that nearly everyone alive has wondered what will happen to them when they die. The subject of the afterlife, or lack of afterlife, has been a topic of discussion since the beginning of humanity. There are endless theories as to what will happen to you when you die, but none of them can be proven by science. Every now and then, someone makes it into the mainstream media by claiming that they did die and came back and are ready to tell everybody what actually happens. Unfortunately, many of these people are just in it for the fame and money. You would be surprised how many books are written by these people who claim to have seen the afterlife. It is also possible that these people simply hallucinated during their near-death experiences, as there is a theory gaining traction that the brain releases dimethyltryptamine, aka DMT, when a person is about to die. DMT is a hallucinogenic drug that is actually naturally produced in small amounts inside the human body. Anyways, scientists have not, and may never be able to explain what happens after death, at least until they experience it for themselves. Scientists and sleep experts know when people normally dream, but not why. Typically, you dream during the rapid eye movement, or REM portion of the sleep cycle. You can see when a person, or even your cat or dog, is experiencing REM sleep because their eyes dart back and forth, and their bodies may twitch and jerk also. The brain's electrical patterns are very active in this phase, similar to when you're awake. Some ideas researchers have on why we dream are that it may be a way of reflecting on or releasing stress of everyday life, or even an unconscious way of helping you unravel challenging experiences. It could also be a biochemical way for your brain to sort, file, or store short and long-term information. Another guess is that dreams are a way to reconcile your past and present experiences to prepare you for the future. Regardless of their purpose, dreams are a cornerstone of the human experience. They entertain, haunt, confuse us, and serve as a reminder that our inner world is just as deep and strange as the exterior world all around us. If you're into science fiction at all, there's a good chance that you've read or watched something that talks about the theory of the multiverse. Currently, as the name suggests, it is just a theory, but some physicists are actually starting to believe that it may be true. The idea behind the theory is that our universe is just one tiny universe in a much larger multiverse that contains many other, or possibly even infinite other universes. One supporting piece of evidence for this theory is that in 2010, researchers at the European Space Agency were studying cosmic microwave background radiation and discovered 4 unpredicted circular patterns in the CMB radiation. The best hypothesis that they could come up with to explain these patterns was that they were marks from where our universe bumped into other universes. Some people may write this off as a bit of a gimmick explanation, but in 2015, another researcher at the European Space Agency made a similar discovery when he found patches throughout the cosmos that were about 4,500 times brighter than they should have been. One possible explanation he came up with was that they were imprints from collisions with parallel universes. While these discoveries do support the theory, science has not yet been able to definitively answer whether or not the multiverse truly does exist. There are a couple prevalent theories as to how and when the universe will end, but there is no definitive answer to the question. The 3 theories I'll talk about today are the Big Freeze, the Big Crunch, and the Big Slurp. I guess the scientists who created these theories really wanted to emphasize that the universe was, in fact, big. The Big Freeze theory states that because the universe is continually expanding, it will become so big that the heat in the universe will be all spread out and there will not be enough energy to do anything, and the universe will approach the temperature of absolute zero. The idea behind the Big Crunch is that eventually the universe will stop expanding and actually reverse directions and start contracting, eventually crushing everything in the universe into a dimensionless singularity. The Big Slurp supports the idea that the universe currently exists in a false vacuum, and that it could become a true vacuum at any moment, in which case the foundation of matter, energy, and space-time would all be severely affected, and it is possible that all structures within the universe would be destroyed instantaneously, with no forewarning. All of these other questions that have stumped scientists may make it seem like they must have everything simple figured out, and are now just working on the hardest questions out there. But this question proves otherwise. Scientists have been unable to figure out why bicycles work. You might have noticed that while riding a bike, it is pretty stable, but when you stop, there is almost no way to get it to stay standing up without a kickstand or leaning it on a wall. This is what puzzles scientists. How does a bike stay upright while in motion? Most people hear this question and say that it is because the rider makes small adjustments while steering that keep the bike balanced. This is a possible explanation for why it works with a rider, but if you push a bike without a rider, it will balance itself out and move forwards, correcting for any wobbles until it slows down and eventually tips over. What is this mysterious force that keeps the bike upright? One theory is that the gyroscopic motion of the spinning wheel provides enough stability to stop the bike from falling. This accounts for the bike's balance, but not for how it will correct itself when it starts wobbling. And in 1970, a scientist used an extra wheel to cancel out the gyroscopic effect that the bike normally has, and the bike still managed to continue balancing itself without a person steering it. There has not been much progress towards solving this mystery, as it is a bit less exciting than the other questions on this list. Perhaps the world will never know why something so simple actually works. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. If you enjoyed, please like it to help it get noticed by the algorithm, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content. Leave a comment below if you know of any other questions scientists haven't been able to answer, or if you have an idea for a future video. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you all next time.